Historical sites. These do contain remains which show humanity's physical development, activities and the tools they made and used. The major function of historical sites is to make historical facts more practical. There are two types of historical sites, namely, areas with physical remains of man and his artifacts, and ancient towns with both ruins of old buildings and old buildings which still exist. Examples of historical sites in East Africa include Bagamoyo, Tanzania coast; Kilwa, Tanzania coast; Isimila, Central Tanzania; Kondoa, Central Tanzania; Leakey, Southern Tanzania; Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania; Nzanzibar in Western Uganda; Magosi, Eastern Uganda; Bagamoyo, Genai, Bigo, Central Uganda; Lalu, Muband in Uganda; Rusinga Island in Southern Uganda; Olorgesailie in Kenya; Lake Rudolph in Kenya; Njoro in Kenya. Examples of historical sites with physical remains of man and his artifacts in Africa are Olorgesailie, Gilgil and Lake Turkana in Kenya; Kubi in Ethiopia; Ngombilid in Zambia; Olduvai Gorge, Isimila, Ngaruka and Kondoa Irangi in Tanzania; Nzanzibar, Bigo, Ntusi and Magaji in Uganda; Ishango in the DRC. On the other hand, examples of ancient towns in Africa with ruins of old buildings and existing old buildings include Timbuktu, Gao, Jen and Otagost in West Africa; Bagamoyo, Zanzibar and Kilwa in Tanzania; Lamu and Mombasa in Kenya. Through the study of historical sites we can reveal the works of art by previous generations, for example rock paintings, etc. As time elapses, more historical sites are being discovered due to extensive research being carried out. The remains that are discovered in the historical sites are worked on by archaeologists. The major function of historical sites is to represent actual materials of man's existence and preserving the material remains of man for the coming generation, plus acting as symbol of social heritage and referral point to the society that are concerned. Advantages of historical sites. 1. Act as a symbol of social cultural heritage of different societies. Here the society concerned will be symbolized in the site. 2. Historical sites do break the boredom that is evidenced in the theoretical nature of history as a discipline. In this sense, history is given a practical touch as people can see or observe what they were studying practically, for example past human tools, rock paintings and human remains. 3. Helps in the building or the reconstruction of history, as they bridge the gaps that might have been left by other sources. 4. The sites also act as a source of revenue for both the government and private individuals. This is achieved when they act as center of tourism, and when the tourists visit. The sites act as avenues for research for archaeologists and other scientists. People who carry out research in regards to man's past will use historical sites as their libraries and laboratories, for example Dr. Leakey and his wife. 5. Generally, discoveries from historical sites can be used to reveal past settlement patterns, levels of technology, economic development and political organization reached past societies in different times and environments. Disadvantages of historical sites. 1. It brings confusion to interpret the remains found in the historical sites. For example, rock paintings can bring about different interpretations between historians. 2. Historical sites cannot stand on their own to tell history. This means that historical sites do not fully cater for all historical information required even for societies without documented history. 3. History found in the sites cannot be interpreted by everyone to the power of and requires a qualified personnel to interpret the information. 4. Historical sites are located in remote areas which are not accessible. This makes it time-consuming and expensive working on them. Places where the historical sites are located are often also poorly developed. 5. The historical sites may disappear, as they are often destroyed by natural hazards and changes in the earth like weathering and denudation. 6. Many of the sites are selected on the basis of probability. For example, it is assumed that early man lived in caves where there was water nearby and plenty of animals to hunt, fish or catch. This therefore brings in the issue of try and fail that in turn becomes costly in terms of time and resources.